The air in the arena during tonight's Monday Night Raw was unlike anything we have felt in this new era of 2026. As the road to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas reaches its final stretch, the stakes have shifted from championship gold to something much more permanent: survival. Roman Reigns, the man who has defined the modern era of professional wrestling, walked into that ring looking like a tribal chief who is beginning to realize his empire is crumbling. For the first time, the island of Relevancy feels like an isolated prison. The fans weren't just cheering or booing, they were witnessing what felt like the final days of a monarch. CM Punk, holding the World Heavyweight Championship, has successfully turned the WWE Universe against the very foundation of the Bloodline, making this the most high-stakes confrontation in WrestleMania history. The verbal exchange tonight between Roman Reigns and CM Punk was a masterclass in psychological warfare. CM Punk opened the segment by highlighting the stark reality of the 2026 roster. He called Roman a relic of a protected past, a champion who only showed up when the lights were brightest and the paycheck was largest. Punk's argument was surgical. He positioned himself as the people's champion who defended the title in every city, while Roman stayed home in luxury. When Roman finally responded, his voice lacked its usual arrogance. He spoke about the burden of the Ulafala and the weight of carrying an entire industry on his shoulders for 6 years. The tension was palpable when Roman admitted that if he cannot defeat a rebel like Punk at WrestleMania 42, then he no longer belongs in the ring. This was the first official hint from Roman himself that retirement isn't just a rumor, it's a plan. Section 3. The strategic REIGNS for retirement. Why would WWE end the career of their biggest draw at WrestleMania 42? The reasons are rooted in the evolution of the business. First, the move to global streaming platforms and the 2026 expansion requires a champion who is a constant presence. Roman's part-time schedule, which worked perfectly for his dominant God Mode run, has now become a hurdle for the weekly narrative. Secondly, the narrative of the Bloodline has reached its absolute peak. From the betrayal of the Usos to the rise of Solo Sikoa, there are no more internal stories left to tell. To keep Roman in the title picture would be to repeat history rather than make it. By having CM Punk, the ultimate outsider, be the one to retire him, WWE creates a full-circle moment that validates the struggle of every workhorse wrestler who ever felt overlooked. Section 4. The physical and Hollywood transition. Beyond the ring, we must look at the man behind the tribal chief. Joe Anoa'i has given everything to this business. After battling health issues and carrying the company through a global pandemic, the physical toll of a powerhouse wrestling style is undeniable. At 40 years old, Roman Reigns is at the perfect crossroads. He has the look, the presence, and the mainstream crossover appeal to dominate Hollywood just as The Rock and John Cena did before him. WrestleMania 42 serves as the grand finale, a way to exit the industry while still being the most talked-about person in it. A loss to CM Punk in Las Vegas doesn't diminish Roman's legacy, it enshrines it. It allows him to transition into a legend status where he can make sporadic appearances without the pressure of carrying a world championship. Section 5. The WrestleMania 42 vision. As we look forward to the Allegiant Stadium, the match isn't just about the GTS or the spear. It's about the soul of WWE. The promo on Raw tonight established that the loser leaves WWE stipulation is effectively in play, even if it hasn't been officially signed. CM Punk is fighting for the future. Roman Reigns is fighting for his life. If Paul Heyman betrays Roman in Vegas, it will be the most watched moment in the history of sports entertainment. The tribal chief is standing on the edge of a cliff, and CM Punk is ready to provide the final push. The era of the Bloodline is ending, and the era of the best in the world is just beginning.